We are live here, Tooclean podcast, first episode ever. In the building today, we have my boy Remington James, the GOAT, one of a kind. You'll never meet one like him. Everything, anything you can name, he does. And if he doesn't do it, if he want to do it, he could do it. That's all I'm gonna say. In the building, we got my boy Ike.
Yes, sir. It's Smooth Productions.
Yup, and we got my pops.
Hey, man, we on the podcast. I'm your guy today. I ain't Pop today. So I'm Big said Junior. Said Senior.
Just brief introduction, who we in the building with, man. We gonna get straight to it. So, Remy, tell me about, for people who don't know, what would you tell them if you were to stand in front of a group of people and tell them all your accomplishments? What would you tell them?
Well, I would say these days, it used to be an easier question to answer because I did one thing. Now I feel like I do a million things, so it's hard to lean into anything. Usually, if someone asks that, I say I'm an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say elevator pitch version. I have a YouTube channel. I have 700,000 subscribers. Mainly it's fitness. I started when I was, let me see, hold on. I'm 33 years old now. I started when I was 26.
Yeah.
So I've been at it for a minute. But grind, I built that up. With that, I launched a digital cookbook, which as of today has made me $1.4 million on a digital online cookbook.
My God.
Yeah.
Any and everything,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I have receipts for everything too.
Yeah.
I don't tell no lies.
No cap
So,
in his rap, I'm telling you. This is
so-
all facts.
So but using that YouTube channel, I started a supplement company, and then with that supplement company, we were doing all right. We were making money. It was profitable, but it wasn't something that was gonna retire me.
Yeah.
And then we decided to launch a protein bar. We had this idea, right, that protein bars are, if you're in the fitness space, and you do bodybuilding and all that, you might enjoy a protein bar, but if it's just someone that doesn't do fitness, you might eat a protein bar and you might just it doesn't taste good.
Facts.
Right? It tastes
Facts.
like shit.
Yeah.
So we had this idea where it was how about we make a protein bar that actually tastes good, like a protein packed candy bar.
I
Okay.
get what you're saying. Yeah.
So we launched Anabar March of 2021. And you think it's gonna be good, but you don't ever really think. It's always funny because the thing you think, even my cookbook, it's I didn't go into it being this is gonna be the thing that makes me a ton of money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You just it's just another thing you're doing.
Yeah, it's an idea you
Right?
trying to execute.
Right. So we launched March of 2021, and I remember right when we launched, I think we had maybe it's hard to remember, but it was 2,000 to 3,000 boxes. I remember we sold out in 6 hours. And I watched, and in a weekend, I remember looking at it. I have the screenshots on my phone still.
2,000 to 3,000.
Yeah, it almost made me cry because it was we did our entire supplement business in a year in 6 hours.
Dang.
It was 200 some thousand in sales. It was insane. So we sold out, and then we had
crazy.
and then fast forward, we realized that the bar was something special.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought it was good, right? And I knew it was good because when we were sampling them,
3,000 is amazing.
I still remember this, man. When I went on a family vacation with my family, and I had just gotten into fitness, and I had a bunch of Quest bars with me, and we're on the beach, right? And my mom and sister are let me try one. I give them one. They each take a bite, and they're yeah, we're good on this. And throw them away. And I was mad 'cause those are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that for somebody that I could have really won more.
I'm still mad about it. But I remember they came down and visited when I moved here, and I was just sampling the stuff, and my sister had one, my mom had one. The next day, do you have any more of those samples?
Yeah.
And they're not fitness, so that's how I knew is right. How do you make a bar that's for people that, it's gonna be good to a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever. It tastes like candy.
You don't think you're eating a bar.
Exactly.
Bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because all health food has this connotation that it's gonna suck.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? It's gonna taste like shit.
Yeah, you're right. I get what you're saying.
You know what I
get
mean?
you're
It's
saying.
never you're oh, I can't wait to eat this Quest bar.
Yeah, because you go into a granola bar kind of it's gonna have that taste.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun. You know what I mean? This ain't a Snickers. Yeah. So we basically realized that Anabar was we just had so much success with it off rip. We decided that the supplements and all that were just not worth our time. So we liquidated that aspect of the business, went all in on Anabar. So March of 2020 we launched, and last year we did I think just about 8 million in sales. Wow. We are in we're in GNC nationwide. We're in Vitamin Shop. We just launched in Vitamin Shop nationwide. We have an exclusive flavor with Vitamin Shop that's dropping.
How many different flavors do y'all have?
As of right now, I want to say full that are out to the public 7, and then I think we have two more that are about to drop. So I think it'll be 9.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I would have brought
the best.
I just had a wild night and everything was hectic. I had to take people home this morning. So
is it natural or is it kind of?
So like here's the difference is when we started with the bar, kind of what happened was my business partner owned a supplement store back where we're from in Ohio. And they had this bar called like a Bia bar, and it was this like all natural, like made with honey, made with peanut butter, but it was like it was really good, but it didn't really have as much protein in it. It was just like a health bar. Right. And then they kind of like went out of business with that bar, but they had all the facilities for manufacturing, and they hit us up like, "Hey, would you guys want to try a bar?" And we're like, "Yeah, but we would need more protein." So like, kind of, they already had like this all natural base. Like I'm not gonna say we're all natural because we're putting Fruity Pebbles in the bar.
Right.
But we're more natural than like any of this other stuff. Like it's not like our stuff comes out on a conveyor belt and it's like I think they call it excruciate. There's a word for it. I'm a butcher, but like we're just like it's like toothpaste. Right. And the bar just comes out extruded, I think, and it's just like on a conveyor belt. It's like our stuff's actually like honey, like sweetened with honey. Like we cover it in like real chocolate. Like everything's like everything's legit. Everything's legit.
Because the taste is amazing. And it's something, you know me.
You haven't even had the new ones yet, man.
Oh, man.
So you already tried the bar.
Man, I told you I fell asleep eating it, trying to eat too. And man, I'm telling you, I was.
now I'm mad you ain't introduced me to it. You know, I'm just not getting on my fitness thing.
Yeah.
And I see you in good shape. So
man,
I try.
Everything.
You know what you're doing.
I try.
Everything, man, I'm trying to tell you. So, yeah, I heard it first, man. My boy Remington James, man. So, you know, my pops really don't know. You one of the greats in my opinion. I say.
He speaks highly of you, so I know.
So can you tell him where you grew up from, kind of your background and stuff, because you know.
Yeah.
He see you now, you know. I want him, you know what I'm saying, you pull up G-Wagon, you know. I want to know your whole story.
Well, before we get into that, do you like that G-Wagon?
Man, the G-Wagon blew my mind away. I'm talking about, oh my God, that mug, it motivates me. Every time I see it, I'm like, this man Remy is so goated. Like, I remember him talking about it, and he did it. Like,
before he even got the G-Wagon.
Yeah, he the goat.
He manifested it.
Man, he just like, man, maybe go G-Wagon, Baby Blue, like
it's nothing.
Yeah, my dog.
It was in the song that we filmed that video for.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to hear about the music.
Yeah.
We definitely got to get into
that.
Yeah. Especially with the producer right here.
Yeah. Yeah. I just I'm from a place called Logan, Ohio. Okay. It's
cool.
Super, super small town. Like, how do I even put it? It's hard because I know people I know watch this. I love where I'm from. I do, but for lack of a better term, it's very like country, very hillbilly, very you know what I mean, like for sure,
like Alabama.
Yeah, so it's like
What did you say the size of the population of the town? Like 5A, 2A, 1A.
So it's I think I just looked at this actually. I was talking to someone the other day and we Googled it. I want to say when I was growing up, it was like the city was like 5,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's small.
Yeah, and then it's only now it's like 7,000. So but that was when I was a kid. Right. We didn't get a Walmart till I was in high school.
That I get what you're saying.
So
just
one traffic light through the whole.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we might have had like 3.
Oh yeah,
there might have been 3.
Oh, I definitely
like
understand.
one Chinese restaurant. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You had there was
no
a Bob.
McDonald's, no mall.
So there was a McDonald's off the highway. So there was a McDonald's. There was no mall.
Right.
Right. We got a Taco Bell after I moved, which I was kind of upset about. We got an Arby's like my junior year.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? It was like that stuff was like so cool. Like we got an Arby's.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Dude, that 5 for $5 was a deal.
Man,
that
the best.
And then they started 5 for $6, 5 for $7. I don't even know if they do it anymore. Fuck Arby's.
Yeah. They're probably $15, $20 for 2 now, man. It's crazy.
But yeah, this really small town. I mean, in my graduating class, I'm gonna mess this number up. There just wasn't many of us.
Yeah.
At all, you know?
Like 5 seniors, maybe.
No, I mean there was like our school was, man, I'm gonna butcher this, but there just wasn't a lot of people. Like I mean, my graduating class might have been 40 people.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dang.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was when I was in middle school. It was
and like everybody knew everybody.
By their moms, dad, grannies.
Yeah.
Everybody went to the same church. Everybody's birthday parties.
Everybody knew. I mean, there was you had one spot in town. Everybody went for pizza. Pizza cross, right?
You had skating. Everybody skated.
And football was everything, like the sports, but especially the football.
Yeah,
that's what I was about
everything.
to ask.
Yeah, that was everything.
I know that was the talk of the town, football.
Oh, dude, I mean that was kind of
Friday Night Lights type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the best.
But like it's on like the border of really it's Southern Ohio, so it's like kind of like border of West Virginia. So like my dad owned a trash business, and he would go down, and they would like I would grow up working for my dad on the back of a garbage truck. I remember we would wake up at like 3 a.m., drive down into West Virginia, and
how
like
far away from your home?
What was that, like an hour drive?
Oh,
I think
every morning at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah,
hitting the road.
And how old was you?
Hitting the road.
I mean, I was grade school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. I remember one time, man, I was on the back of the garbage truck, and we were driving, and there was a mailbox that was like jutted out a little bit, and we were driving, and the mailbox would have hit me. I was hanging on the back of it. It would have hit me. So like I like bailed off the truck. My dad didn't see me and just went like down the road, and we're in the middle of nowhere, and I'm just in the middle of the road. And I'm a kid, and I remember like just like got tears in my eyes, like I'm lost.
Right. Dad.
Vividly, like, yeah, in retrospect, I don't know how responsible that was on my dad to have me on that truck, dude. Just in traffic, I was a kid.
Wow.
But it's that stuff that like, my dad. I always say this. My dad's like the hardest worker I know.
I was just about to say that's probably why you are the way you are today, because starting you out young like that,
that's what it do.
It set you on the course of your discipline and your desire to get money and chase certain dreams, because that type of stuff it got to be in you, and it got to be taught.
Yeah, and that was I think I just I had good role models. My mom, single mom, raising me, my brother, and my sister. Amen. And and like here's the dichotomy of it, right? Because single mom, she when her and my dad were together, like I was just born. My grandpa owned a trash company called Bob's Sanitation Service. It was this little rink-a-dink operation, right? My mom and my dad bought it off of him together and kind of built it up for a couple years. They divorced, and then since it was my mom's dad, this company it was. My dad's like, all right, just buy me out of it, whatever. Right. So, my mom took that and like built it into something. So my whole life, my mom has just grinded. She's one small businesswoman of Ohio, multiple times.
Amen.
Yeah. So my mom like crushes it, and but with like a heart of gold. I remember going to grade school, and like we had a kid in our class named Earl that was like, I'm just like less fortunate. But when you're a kid, you don't realize that. Right. And my mom's like, send me here. Give these shoes to Earl. You know what I mean? Give this jacket to Earl. Right. And I'm like, why are we giving stuff to Earl?
Right. Who the fuck is Earl?
Yeah.
I want these for myself. Shit.
We can't give them to Mark. We like Mark.
Yeah.
But like my mom's always been it's just been like really like an angel. And but like with her being so busy and 3 kids and working all the time, it was I was kind of raised by like video games.
I was just about to say,
in a room by myself.
Yeah.
And I think I did have good role models as far as work goes, but I think a lot of the reason, man, because the older I get, the more I think about this shit. I think one of the reasons I try so hard is because like I felt like I never got that attention as a kid from like my parents.
Yeah,
I get what you're
right?
saying.
And I was in a lot of trouble growing up.
I was just about to ask you. Coming up in a small town, cause we from Alabama. I'm from Alabama.
Yeah, okay.
Born and raised in Alabama, in a small town, Union Springs, Alabama. Population pretty much the same. My mom actually, it's funny because my mom's side of the family from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh damn!
So when you said Ohio, Dayton. I'm like, dang, we got ties to Ohio.
I've been there a few times.
Yes, man. So when you grew up in the country, man, you only have the only people that's next door to you and the ones in front of you.
Yeah.
So man, you get into a lot of boring trouble,
dude.
When you're in a small
town.
I mean, so I was about to ask you about that.
So yeah, where I'm from is actually like heroin capital of the U.S.
Oh yes.
Oh, dude, the amount of
the whole Ohio.
Dude,
people don't know that.
Dude, do you have any idea how many people like? So I never did any of that, but I had a little stint with Percocets. For a couple years. That
a lot of money in Ohio.
He talking about what you know about Ohio. Talking about it's a lot of money over there.
Man, like he been working there.
Well, where I'm down there. I will say this: where I'm from is super poor.
Yeah,
like some of the poorest white folks you'll ever see.
That's unusual.
The poorest.
That's unusual.
Yeah, so it was like and maybe that too with my mom, because I looked around and I saw what you call it, like my mom was like, middle class made you rich.
Right.
Where I'm from. Right?
Yeah.
So like her being able to lease a Suburban was like
you was living.
That was like the G-Wagon of where I'm from.
You was living.
Okay,
man, you was up there.
Yeah.
You had that,
yeah, so it was like, I don't know, just seeing that and just like maybe being kind of exposed to like, because I think a lot of things, man, it's like you got to see it first. It has to be real to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even before YouTube, I had no desire to film anything. I had no idea. And I remember I got invited to some fitness, like we're shooting a gym video. And I showed up and there was one dude with a camera, like aiming it and filming it. And I'd never seen that before.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I saw it and I was just like, oh, I can do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sometimes you just have to see it.
Something like cameraman said. When
There
you
we
first
go.
see him,
Not that professional.
Yeah. So I was just about to ask you, so what made you want to launch a YouTube? Did you do that because of the protein bar, or was you just like, I need to do this because of...
No, man, I was working at Sprint selling cell phones. So it's actually, you know what? Let's go back to the Percocets. So
we jumping subjects here.
Yeah, we are.
I definitely want to get this.
Yeah. So basically, like,
I told you gonna love them. It's so much. I'm trying to tell you.
Very interesting.
I'm trying to tell you.
Very interesting, man.
So basically,
in Ohio was that's where you took your first Percocet at? In Ohio?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, because there was like nothing. Like when I say there was nothing to do, I mean there was nothing to do.
So
like,
your whole what would you say? How long? You
well,
was in
I
Ohio?
mean, so
how old were you when you took your first one? Put it like
when I took my first perk, I mean, shit, 16.
16.
Yep.
Turn.
Because what happened was like, so in high school, right? You like, remember it became like a sophomore, and there were these like, it's so weird, but it's like when you're that young, it's like,
I know what you
glamorize like the older kids doing the drugs and shit is what you do.
I had mine too. You know, shout out my boys, man.
Yeah.
You know, you look up to them and you like, dang, I cannot like.
Yeah, I can't wait to be like them.
Yeah,
right?
I swear.
But they suck. You just don't realize it. You know what I mean?
Not till you get older.
Yeah, not till because you're all focused on the wrong shit. You think, you know what I mean? You think the wrong shit's cool.
Yeah.
But like that shit doesn't. You know what I mean?
See,
like all the kids I thought were cool are now like just, if they're not dead, they're just like dead beats.
Dead beats.
Yeah.
Especially the coolest ones too.
Oh,
like,
dude.
The ones that was the top tier. It's like, you walk by, you dang, that's it's okay.
So your first time taking a Percocet,
so,
what you buy?
like oxycodone or whatever I did, was probably Vicodin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it just started with pills in general. But you were young, and it was just like, it didn't matter what it was. You didn't really know what it was.
You just wanted to
have. You were just taking it.
Yeah, you just wanted to have.
Like, we used to, I remember there was a Hooters that was like an hour or a 45-minute drive away in Reynoldsburg, Ohio. And we would like someone would steal Xanax from their mom, and then we would just take a ton of Xanax and then drive to this Hooters. And then it was on Wednesdays because it was $10 for all you could eat wing night.
You can eat wing.
Yeah.
And then we would try to make it home, dude.
Yeah.
And you're just like not, like, dude, it was a mess.
Oh, man.